Hi, I'm Charlotte, and this is Chatting with Charlotte, where I share conversations, life hacks, and inspirations to help you on your healing journey from childhood trauma. So today I want to have a conversation with you about anniversaries. Now, I'm not talking about wedding anniversaries in the traditional sense, but I'm talking about anniversaries of significant events in your childhood. When I was a social worker and was working with foster parents and training foster and adoptive parents to be able to help children who had been abused and neglected, one of the things that I did and had them do as part of the training was something called a loss history chart. And they did it for themselves, but the purpose really was for them to see how much events in our lives that were significant and represented a loss, and all kinds of losses, which I'll get to in a second, but that loss produces grief, and grief produces adverse effects on our body, on our emotions, and our whole being, actually. And so that loss history chart is really just a written record of things that has happened in your life that caused an extreme emotional response where you lost something. Now, this can be a loss of a friend in elementary school. This can be moving to a different neighborhood. It can be all kinds of different things. But for survivors of child abuse, loss is often associated with loss of innocence or loss of a significant relationship that you trusted. For me, one of the significant things that happened for me was I lost my ability to enjoy the Christmas holiday, because Christmas in my childhood, several times there were very negative things associated with Christmas, especially Christmas Eve, because my abuse started on Christmas Eve. And another very traumatic event happened when I was 11 on Christmas Eve. But as I began to heal, Christmas Eve took on a different kind of meaning for me. But every year, for several years, on Christmas Eve, I was a wreck emotionally. I could not be alone. There was just so many things that happened in my mind, and it was very frustrating because this was a very happy time of year for my daughter and for my family, and I could not participate in that, and it made me very angry. But what I finally was able to do as years progressed was to replace those memories in my mind with happier traditions and happier memories, and over time I was able to move past that. But there are things that happen in our lives as children that some of them we don't even consciously remember. But our body remembers them, and our subconscious remembers them, and that little child within us remembers them. And we can be driving down the road during a certain time of year, and all of a sudden we're overwhelmed with tears, and we have no clue why we're crying. But it's important to take a moment, take a step back, and really think about what happened to you around that time of year. Was there a significant event? Was there something that made a huge difference in your life that changed your perspective, that you lost something? You lost a connection with a relative, you lost the trust in a relative, you lost your innocence. That's the time that you went to court and someone testified against you in that court. Any of those things that possibly happened on that particular time of year can trigger that emotional response. And what I want to tell you is it's okay, because that emotional response is your body and your subconscious way of triggering to you that you need to grieve. And so in those instances, the trigger is not really a negative thing. It is a positive way. It's your subconscious mind's way of saying, okay, we need to take a break here and we need to grieve. And it's okay to grieve. It's okay to take that time to rest and to recuperate, to regroup, to recharge, and be able then to go on with your day and your week and say, okay, to the child, I hear you. I'm going to let you grieve right now. I'm going to let you take what time you need to grieve, and then we'll move on. So I just want to encourage you as you approach the holidays that if emotions surge, take a minute, step back, and think, what happened to me during this season that I might need to grieve right now, and take that time. So I just want to encourage you for that. Please comment, please share, and subscribe and hit the notification so you'll know when I've posted new things. And thank you for watching, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye now.